So in this segment, we're going to talk about Boris Johnson admitting he was at the number 10 Abba party, but only to conduct a job interview. So he went to a party to conduct a job interview. That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard, especially when there were stories about alcohol flowing at this event. Like this is probably the dumbest events they could have come up with, honestly. So Johnson is to admit he was present in his Downing Street flat during the lockdown busting Abba party, which apparently was very loud, so he obviously heard music was going on. So he should have broken up the party then if he wasn't involved in it. But he was there only in order to conduct a job interview with a close friend of his wife. Prime Minister has refused to say whether he was at the 13th of November 2020 gathering held to mark the departure of Dominic Cummings, and is now conceding privately that he was there. So apparently he was there at a leaving party. He's arguing he was there for a job interview, whatever, but not looking too good for him. The sound of "Winner Takes It All" is said to have boomed through the building. So obviously he knew the music was playing loud. Where there's loud music, generally there's a party, or me with my headphones on. Last week, Johnson told MPs it was a work event. If it's funny seeing these Tory MPs try and defend this stuff, honestly. Now he's expected to argue that he invited Henry Newman, then an advisor to Michael Gove, to join him in the number 11 flat where he lives with his wife and children, where Boris Johnson lives. And this is kind of incriminating Newman in this, because he must have been there, he must have heard the music. Maybe there's a person of interest for the Met Police to speak to. The government source told The Times that Johnson had claimed he did not break the law because he was conducting a work-related interview with the advisor in another part of the flat, but we were told by Priti Patel, I think, that if you think your neighbours are breaking the lockdown rules, you should call the police. Why did Johnson not call the police? Strange. And how did Sunak not hear all the loud music, because he lives in number 10 and Johnson lives in number 11? Maybe Sunak's ears don't work. The PM invited Mr. Newman up to the flat to distance the pair from the leaving drinks being held elsewhere in the building for Lee Kane. So they obviously knew the party was going on. Lee Kane, who had just been ousted as his Director of Communications role. Separately, Downing Street has not denied that the Prime Minister effectively turned Lee Kane's event into a leaving party. He said he wanted to say a few words for Lee, started pouring drinks for people and drinking himself. Now, it's possible Johnson was pouring these drinks out and putting them on a table, but it's also possible he was pouring them directly into people's glasses, just like we've heard before, which you can't do from 2 meters out. Definitely doesn't sound like a work event. It's a leaving party. It's a gathering. It wasn't for work purposes. You can't have a leaving party for work purposes. So, seems like a breach of the lockdown rules, so we'll see what the Met Police have to say about it. But does anyone really trust the Met Police? Carrie Johnson has previously described her close friend Mr. Newman as her political bestie, and he is now said to be a regular at Downing Street visitor. The Prime Minister is expected to escape a fine for the Bring Your Own Booze party he attended in the number 10 garden. A legal expert has predicted, despite others being punished. It might be because it was his property, so he wasn't actually... I don't know, actually. It's a really weird one, to be honest, how they're going to get around that one. But if they can say he's there and there was a party there, it wouldn't matter, because he'll lose in the public court of opinion at that point. One senior Tory, Steve Baker, Brexit hardman, has warned the Conservatives will reap the whirlwind of public anger over the parties at the ballot box on May the 5th. So we'll see what happens with that. I might do some election coverage. I think Bowler Hatman will. So might be worth just going to his channel to check him out. If you haven't done so, should be doing some election coverage, I believe. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.